Well, he's a cutie pie. I might put him in Potomac. Okay, yes. Yeah, he can come right on to Potomac.
Skye Squad, we are back in the building. Yes, we got to talk about some things that are going on in the Bravo landscape. And let me tell you, it's going down on a Sunday. Listen, we got to talk about Mary allegedly calling the people poor at the church house, okay? We're going to talk about Dr. Heavenly spilling the tea on when the new season of Married to Medicine will start. And then we also got to talk a little bit about your girl, Erika, Jayne, because it looks like things are back underway with filming for the show, okay? No official word yet, but we've got some reports coming out. So we're going to get into all of that. But before we do so, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell button, and also join the texting community so I can text you as soon as a new video drops. Now, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get down to the nitty to the gritty. Your girl, Erika Jayne, is going through, okay? She is going through right now, okay? According to Life and Style, she is embarrassed and humiliated by all these reports surfacing about her and this alleged sham of a divorce. All these lawsuits, yada, 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 everything that's going on with her. And apparently they are saying, okay, that she is denying everything, of course, but the damage is done and that she and Tom look like total crooks. Now, that's what the source told Life and Style. Now, they say that Erika's embroiled in a scandal that she's hoping won't become her Real Housewives of Beverly Hills storyline. Oh, you don't say? You're hoping that what actually is going on in your personal life is not going to make it to the show the same way that you wanted Denise's. Oh, okay. I can't even finish that thought because you know what? Y'all already know what's up with that situation. She was so adamant at the end of the season about Denise Richards living in her truth, telling what actually happened in her real life. And now that it's happening to her, she don't want to discuss it. That's real odd. Okay, anyway, just to let you guys know, there is an additional lawsuit that's being filed against Erika and Thomas. Apparently, they are also facing a case in which he is accused of stiffing Wells Fargo to the tune of $800,000 for supposedly refusing to pay the financial institution monthly payments for his rented office equipment. Now, that was taken from therealityblurb.com. Now, listen, there's a whole lot of things going on right now with these people. And I just feel like this be one of those situations where maybe it wasn't a good idea to really expose your life on reality television. If you got all these other things that you kind of trying to make happen in the background, I don't necessarily know if reality TV is what you want to be, doing, okay? I don't know. So anyway, let's move right on along because Dr. Heavenly is giving us the tea on Married to Medicine, okay? So you guys know that Married to Medicine has been filming. We've gotten the tea on Lisa Nicole Cloud making a comeback, Carrie Wells making a comeback. We've heard about beefs between Dr. Heavenly and Toya. We've heard that Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Simone may have mended fences. So there's a lot to really be excited about when it comes to Married to Medicine. And when someone asked when the show was coming back, Dr. Heavenly did announce that it was going to be in the spring of 2021. So we have that to look forward to as well. Shout out to our sources over at Urban Bill Mag for that bit of tea as well. This makes total sense to me because I feel like what we'll do is right now we're in the midst of having Potomac ending and then Atlanta, which is going to be, sort of ramping up as time moves on. And so it would make more sense to me that Married to Medicine would come at the tail end of the season of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And what I'm doing is I'm just looking at the way that these Sunday shows have sort of been spaced out this year. I think that Married to Medicine can stand on its own. I think that Atlanta obviously can stand on its own or provide a great lead in for another show like it's doing for Potomac right now. And to be quite honest with you, Potomac is another one of those shows that I feel like at this point can stand on its own as well because it is so popular amongst the fans. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that, but it wouldn't surprise me if we got to see that in March and maybe some type of trailer in February, but we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. Now we got to get all the way into the church tea, okay? Now this is regarding the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Your girl, Mary. Oh, Lord. Listen, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys the details. There's a recording that is of Mary, allegedly, okay? It's allegedly Mary giving some type of sermon to the parishioners at the church where she is calling them all types of poor and stingy, okay? Now we're gonna take a listen to it and then we're gonna discuss it. Okay, here it is.
You're not in church. Come in here draining me. I ain't preaching on y'all sin. I'm doing everything else. I ain't helping. Can't wait to pay your tithes. I got 14 birthday cards. No stingy self. No poor people. No poor people around me. You're poor self. And if you ain't poor, you stingy, so you poor. God said you was poor.
Oh no.
What's that scripture, Norman? You know, stupid, you're not in church. Come in here draining.
Now, this was from the Instagram account, I Live for Bravo, so you guys make sure you follow them on Instagram. The second piece to that was someone posted on, I'm assuming it's possibly in a Facebook group or community, and they said, this is from our church, Faith Temple. That is Mary scolding people for not giving her more money. This is what we dealt with regularly from her. I'm told that they can't have church right now because the pulpit was damaged by the earthquake. There hasn't been any church held in the Indiana church either. They're blaming the pandemic, but the pandemic had nothing to do with the pulpit being damaged, okay? So this person is also alleging that this is Mary, and this is making the rounds on social media. Now listen, I ain't never heard no pastor calling the congregation poor or stingy, okay? Now, I've definitely heard of pastors saying, you know, talking about tithing, the importance of tithing, you know, and doing little, you know, altar calls where they may be asking for, you know, the church building fund or, you know, something like that or whatever. But I ain't never heard of no pastor standing up in the church grounds, okay, calling the congregation poor and stingy, okay? To me, that's just another level of, calling the poor and stingy while you running around in designer, in the Chanel, and the Gucci, and the Prada, and the Balenciaga, and all of that. I ain't never heard of that. And it just seems like, you know, people go to church. Let me say this. People go to church because, you know, obviously they either grew up in the church, they feel passionate about, you know, whatever their religion is. And so the expectation is that the church leader, the preacher, the pastor, whomever they may be or whatever they may be called, is going to lead them, okay? Lead them and educate them on how to get into the promised land. Now, the unfortunate part about this is that pastors are humans and thus subject to sin, okay? And so when that happens, especially if you are more susceptible to sin, then you can end up leading these people into the wrong direction, okay? And so it just feels like in this scenario, and I, for one, I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. I have tried my hardest to I've tried my hardest to look at Mary for what I see of her on the show. I've really tried my hardest to do that. I feel like I have been so disappointed by so many other cast members on reality television shows because I looked at them and I wanted to believe the superficial lives that they were actually claiming to live, only to find out later on that I have been duped like a dummy, okay? I hate that. It bothers me so much. That's another reason why this whole Giselle and Jamal situation bothers me as well, but that's a whole nother story, which we're definitely probably going to discuss it tomorrow, okay? But at the end of the day, I just feel like I don't want to see Mary in that regard, because if I have to start looking at her like this now, and the mounting evidence is sort of making me feel like I have to start looking at her with a side eye, then it makes the show harder to watch, because I now can't trust what my eyes are seeing on the screen, because I'm looking at her and I'm trying to sympathize with her, but it is becoming very hard with these sorts of allegations continuing to pop up left and right. So I don't know what to do, and I don't know what to make of this scenario. You know, I want to know what you guys think. Comment down below what you guys think, what you feel about this. Do you feel like this was actually Mary? Do you feel like, you know, or this was some type of, you know, deep fake? What do you think about this whole situation? Let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, and I will catch you in the next video.